Okay, we'll start with off with Vicki. Okay.
Okay, then what I will do is share my screen. So, Marcia, who is an Emmy Award winning producer and a global mediator, and I, who am a conflict resolution specialist, psychologist, mediator, are both Rotarians from District 5280. Marcia's a past president, and I'm a past district governor. As a gesture of friendship and goodwill, we have decided to offer District 3450 Rotarians a series of presentations, interactive seminars for you to choose from. Each of the modules would have a dialogue component, since that is our specialty, and we have extensive experience in the field. I've custom designed under my business life enrichment therapies peace programs for decades, presented them globally. I was a champion of peace nominee in 2018 to Rotary International and have other awards, peace-oriented, Humanitarian of the Year from Los Angeles County, Woman of the Year just last year, etc. So I've been, and all because of the peace programs that I do. In Cape Town, South Africa, I've presented, Napier, New Zealand, Toronto, Vancouver, and Windsor, Canada. Kyoto, Japan, Hamburg, Germany, etc. And we certainly look forward to your response to the topics we've created for District 3450. As you can see on this slide, that we are presenting the RI vision statement to bring us together, because together we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities and in ourselves. Each topic that we are presenting to you, that's the slide that's up now, would include a dialogue component. But we won't create the exact dialogue component until we confer with you, Mitzi, Helen, PDG Fong, and whoever else you want us to talk to. I would assume that you're the primary, Mitzi, because you're the one that's been consistently leading this charge. And because we always want to check in with whoever for example, the club presidents. We've done this program in so many clubs, and the club presidents always endorse the questions that we promote for the dialogue. So the very first one we've done a few times in various clubs, and it's on compassionate leadership and club strengthening. Be true to yourself and others with vulnerability, inner strength, intention, and a heart of service. And it involves the core values to embrace as leaders, and all Rotarians are leaders. As I said, we've done a variation of 5 of these for our district. In fact, one of the largest of our 62 clubs was having some inter-club conflict in early 2019 Rotary year, then went on to thrive and win a distinction of Large Club Excellence Award. We were thrilled because the president reached out to say to me, without you bringing the peace dialogue to our club that allowed all voices to be heard and ultimately led to a newfound respect, greater member satisfaction, and an overall improved rapport, it wouldn't have been possible for us to achieve this top award. What happened was the veteran Rotarians and young professionals now work in mutual harmony. And if you'd like me to, I could provide you with a few of those dialogue questions that we used for that particular program. We were asked to complete something to bring the club together. So the questions we went forward with were, what brings you back to Rotary each week, and what makes you uncomfortable at times in the club? Another question was, imagine 5 years from now. Yours is the model Rotary Club. What would that look like? Another question, what is the one thing that you are willing to commit to do to make sure your club gets that model club status? And then always at the end of the dialogue sessions, we have the one reporter out of each group comes back and reports to the overall group what the findings were. And then we analyze what themes and commonalities did we find? What is the most important observation of what we need to be in an even better club? That's just an example of dialogue questions that were created for one club in particular. As I said, these are custom designed depending on what you need. The second one was the one that the topic that you had said last week and was motivated by what you had mentioned, Mitzi, about listening skills. And Marcia and I came up with meditation before mediation, the M&M SWEET method. And it's based upon scientific, experiential, and practical proof that it works. I wrote my dissertation in part on a 2-year study with transcendental meditation at UCLA, something that's been practiced for centuries with overwhelming success rates. We have extensive research on its efficacy, including the recent 500,000 who were taught the practice by the David Lynch Foundation during COVID-19 Healing the Healers program. The more centered we become from meditating, the better the outcome when we have dialogue with anyone, be this one-on-one in the street or in a club setting. Number 3, courageous action requires adaptive resilience. Strength and sensitivity begin with self-compassion. This concerns the role of self-compassion and self-care in enhancing one's ability to adapt to whatever comes your way. And this would include a mindfulness training component along with specific dialogue. The fourth one would be listening beyond words for honest feelings, done best with a calm mind and an open heart, as is all communication. Mitzi had originally suggested, as we said before in referencing the M&M, something on listening skills. So addressing her suggestion, Marcia and I came up with this because we indeed honored the dignity of all voices professionally and personally. Engaging in deep listening and keen observation is key to enhance communication skills. Therein, the dialogue would be created with your desires in mind, and we would run any questions by you. The last one that we're asking you to consider would be a storm makes you stronger as a crack lets the light in. And in light of Mitzi adding to the topics and desire for us to create conversation dialogues, her recent inclusion of community reconciliation, this seems to be a particular poignant topic. And we would deal with leading and transforming with service at the core. And it's how our personal history, no matter how great the challenges, can help us build a better understanding to assist with transformation and building team cooperation. And part of this would be based on the last 14 weeks I've been holding weekly Rekindling Resilience, and now creating greater societal resilience with the challenges that have been brought to the surface with the racial tensions. And I think all countries have racial tensions. So that's what we're considering. That's what we're presenting for your choice. of whatever you would like. And as we mentioned last week, Mitzi, Marsh and I have discussed this, and if we would start out with one of these seminar presentations interactive with dialogue components so that everyone's voice would be heard. And after that, we would be willing to present these to Rotarians on a quarterly basis if you wanted us to go forward. Thank you so much, and I will stop my screen share